Dublin, November 180 Bravo Bravo with it.
November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude?
2,000 feet on 1014 Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo, understand you're for 60, so climb not above, initially not above 4,000 feet on the QNH 1014.
4,000 feet, Bravo Bravo.
Correct, what's your requested routing?
Let's go and then direct.
Ready,
Hi, Wycliffe Barrett here, Xplane Dedicated. Somebody on Facebook asked me if I would record one of my landings because they want to see how it's done. I said I'd try, so I'm on my way up to Manchester. We're at cruise level 180 and got a little way to go, so I'm just going to have a cup of coffee and I'll be back. So here we are, we've come off Mersey and we're heading out to follow the procedure into Manchester, runway 23 left, 23 right, sorry, and just checking the airplane over. We've got ILS activated here, autopilot 1, we're a little bit over speed and a little bit off the the descent profile, but that's okay. We have config 3 in the FMC, so if I just go to perf here, landing config 3, which is more than enough for Manchester, flat 3 landing, so that's set. Checking our radio navigation, it's ILS 10950, so that's okay as well. So as we hit the turn here, we're coming onto the descent profile 3,500 feet, which is perfect. That is the capture altitude for Manchester, and we're slowing down somewhat. Still a little bit fast, but as soon as we get around the corner we'll slow down an awful lot. We'll just engage that now. Okay, see you on final. Okay, as we come around the corner here now, we'll hit the localizer button. Okay, so we've hit the localizer button and
radio altimeter alive.
Radio altimeter is alive and speed is coming down nicely. So just as we come around the bend, we should capture the localizer and then we can go to approach mode and autopilot 2. And not before. Right, so here we come, we're coming around nicely. You'll notice I've no flap down and I've no gear down as yet. So what we want to do, we want to get the aircraft clean and at the right speed. So we're around about 220 knots. We're just coming around now. The localizer should capture any second. And we're a good 10 miles out, maybe 15 miles. It's a long approach into Manchester Airport. So we're going to capture the localizer at the next point, which will be Charlie 123 Romeo. Here we come, Charlie 123 Romeo, and as we come over the top of that, we should be on the localizer. Yeah, you can see the bug is beginning to come down here. See, this one's coming down. We are on. This is coming down as we capture the glide slope. So generally, you come in underneath the glide slope. So we're pretty much on the money there. Still 220 knots. We don't need to slow down just yet. And you can see the other bug here. We are on the descent profile. Perfect. 3,500. So what I'll do as soon as we capture that, there we go. Speed 220. There's the airport in the distance. We'll go to approach mode.
Autopilot 2, cross check.
And put in the go around altitude. There we go. Gear down,
Gear
flat
down.
1.
Speed check, flaps 1.
Oops. Yeah, everything's good. Put the nose wheel lights on for landing. Right, let's look across the board here. Everything's nice. We're descending perfectly. I've got to go around altitude in. Everything's looking good. Approximately 7.5 miles. Gears down. We're on flat 1. It's a land 3 configuration, so plenty of room. And the aircraft looks nice and stable on descent, as we can see. It's Cat 3 dual channel. Everything's perfect. Now, what a lot of people do is they will disengage autopilots at like 6 miles or 5 miles, when actual fact you should actually disengage autopilots at 1,000 feet call out. I've watched a lot of videos in the last few days, real world videos, and you'll hear the pilots will disengage autopilots at 1,000 feet.
Radio altimeter alive.
Radio altimeter is alive, so that's confirmation that we are actually descending on the glide slope. So disengage the autopilots at 1,000 feet and you will just fly down to the runway. Well, that's what's happened in the last few. So we're perfectly set up. We're about 5 miles, so we can go flap 2 now.
Check. Flaps 2.
And that'll just slow us down a little bit more. See, you can see you're going from 180 to 150, and I think my VAT was something like 141. So passengers are being told to make sure their seatbelts are fastened, and we're coming to that 1,000 foot mark that I was on about. So as soon as we get to 1,000 feet, I will disengage the autopilots. Just a little bit above the glide slope, not much. That'll correct. We're still on flap 2.
Terrain. Oh, up.
Terrain call out there just as we go over a little bit of high ground. 1,300 feet. 3 miles, I think that is. No, it was 3 miles. We're going down to 2.5 now. Everything's good.
1,000.
1,000 feet. Autopilot's disengaged. Autopilot's disengaged. We're descending. Still flap 2.
Speed check. Flaps 3.
Flaps 3. Now, the other trick is that a lot of people wait for the retard announcement before putting the throttles back. You don't have to wait for that. You can land at 30 feet. I've just altered the trim a little bit because I'm a little bit high. Come down a little bit.
500.
500 feet.
Sink rate.
400. 300.
Just a little bit off to the left.
200.
200 feet.
100 above.
100.
100.
50. 40.
Flare.
30,
Retard.
20.
Spoilers full. Decel. Reverse green.
Reverse green. Flaps up.
Flaps 2. Flaps 0.
80 knots. Manual braking.
70 knots.
And there you have it. Well, I hope that's helpful. As long as you get set up on the approach correctly and take your time, and believe me, I've had my troubles, and if it hadn't been for a couple of friends and, as I say, the Airbus pilot helping me, I think I would still be struggling. I have had a terrible time with the Airbus, but I think I finally nailed it, and as that landing showed, that was pretty neat as far as I could see. Let's just check it through very quickly on the replay mode, so if I can get
Speed check.
that's a bit too
Flaps
far
2.
out.
Speed.
So
Speed check. Flaps 3.
here we go. So flaps 3, 300 feet. I was a little bit off to the left, so I had to bring it across.
$100. 50.
Whoops.
40. 30. 20.
And there you go. So I'd like to say many thanks to Matt Allen, Emma Bentley and Andy Wilson for all their help, because without those guys I would never have nailed this Airbus. So just once again, just in case we didn't hear, that's Andy Wilson, Matt Allen and Emma Bentley. They've been helping me, and I think I finally nailed the Airbus A320.